So you spend most of your time planning for tomorrow and never in this moment. Most of the time, it is always planning for tomorrow. And when the tomorrow comes, you plan for the next day. And the next day comes, you plan for the following day, and whole life is spent planning. And when you get time to actually rest, you revisit what has happened. The past things that have happened, you revisit them with movement of mind, with the movement of thoughts, and then that brings suffering to your this moment, the current living, where life is happening. You never actually notice the movement of your mind that actually revisits what has happened. You can't change anything. That has happened has happened. You cannot change it. Nothing can be changed on what has happened. Only revision happens, and with revision, that what brought you suffering comes to this very moment, and you suffer in this moment. And the same way you also revisit yourself, what you know about yourself. Every moment you revisit that image of yourself, never actually this moment which is prior to that image forming. So you spend your life planning, but there is no future, there is no past, it is just movement of mind. I never realized that how simplest things can be more helpful than trying to actually correct them, trying to discuss about things that has happened, trying to talk about things that has long gone. I had a really different upbringing because I believe I was never raised by anyone in the sense of, relatives, parents. I was raised by nature itself, put it this way. That's how I feel. Everything was just happening. There was no instruction, no guidance, just everything just happened. So in my teenage years, all of a sudden, I was feeling completely differently. And I expressed in my last video as well, and few other videos, that I was feeling like expressing in a way that I have never felt before, which you know as sexual expression. But everywhere I went and everything that I tried was sinful or stopped. The teachers were doing it, the parents were doing it, society was doing it, and I was very close to 17, 18, but I was not allowed to do it. And I noticed that even kids 20, 24 are not allowed to do anything. They were hiding, they were doing things behind parents' back. I could not help but to express. There was nothing in my control. So I expressed. One day, a beautiful teacher entered school, and all the 40 kids in my school, we used to stare at teachers, admire their bodies, because there was natural pull. Everything that you look through their clothes popped out to the eyes, and there is nothing you can do about it to look. And one day something extraordinary happened in your language, or language that you understand. Normally you were looking at small grapes and a big melon has arrived. A body so beautiful, that all of us glued to the windows and just eyes were popped open just looking at that beautiful figure. For next 6-7 days, we kept looking, we kept waiting. That bag that which was so heavy became so light that we used to run with that bag and come to the class 15 minutes before even it starts, so we don't miss her walking past her. Normally it will drag, we will call in sick, I will eat some chilies and go to the medical center and say, put thermometer in my mouth, I am sick, so the temperature get raised. But I stopped eating chilies. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to be the first one in the class, and my teachers were surprised. Before they enter, I was there. I was the first one, and they thought, he has changed. What happened to you? Beautiful, keep on going. They did not know what was happening. I only knew what was happening. And I have not missed her looking, not even one day. I kept looking. I was the first one, and she would go after our class finishes at 3 o'clock, and I would wait. Even my friends would say, let's go play, class is finished. Normally I would be outside the classroom. 1 period, 2 period. I would make disturbance in the last period so I can stay outside in case she goes first and I get a closer look. I did not know what was happening to me at that time, but I enjoyed every bit. So this went on for a while. I was not happy with just looking. It was not enough for me. So I started finding a way that how can I communicate to her. Then I discovered that I have no words what I am going to say to her. How can I express this? I don't even know A, B, C, D. All I know is what I see. And I don't want to talk, I just want to mingle. That is the true honesty. I had no idea. The body was so intense that it has no idea what to do. It was doing everything that I was doing, which was rebellion. Now, all of a sudden, I was a good student. Because she also taught after hours from 4 to 4:30, just for the kids that were not smart enough, and I was one of them, but I never attended that half an hour or an hour class because I wanted to go and sleep. All of a sudden, I enrolled in that class. I said, I don't want 1 hour, I want 2 hours. So I joined her in that class, and I looked. And I was normally the last student, like sitting behind the class. Now I am right at the front. And if someone takes my desk, I am not happy. I tell them, please move. If they don't move, does not matter how tall or how big they are, I will not settle for it. I want that first bench. And I did every time. For the next, I think 3 weeks, I joined that, and I admired her beautiful body. I admired everything, her eyes, the way she moved, the way she looked. It was absolutely beautiful. Finally, one day, she was moving some equipments from the class, and I would be the last one leaving, making any excuse, sharpening my pencils, cleaning the desk. Madam, do you need any help? Don't say it, but I would be there in case she asked me, because I had no guts to say anything to her. What I am going to say to her, the moment I look into her eyes, I am not looking into her eyes. And she would catch me, so I did not look into her anyway. When she look away, then I look. The moment she look at me, I move my eyes. So she asked me one day, could you please help me take these few things to her scooter parked outside the school? So I helped her and I asked her nicely that can I do that every day? She said, okay. So I started taking things out for her. I don't know what happened. She one day decided to be my guardian. In boarding school, you can't get outside the school. You have to have parents, relatives to sign you in a register, and then you can go outside for a certain time and then you have to come back in. So she signed herself as a guardian. So she started taking me out to her place, and the second day, the first day she took me out, it was because of those big heavy things. The second day, she had to sign up, so she signed up as a guardian. Out of not she wanted to, because that was the formality. And the moment we walked into her house, she stepped in first and I was moving her scooter. After I moved her scooter, the scooter is like a Vespa, like a small scooty. I walked in, she introduced me to her father the first day. The second day when I entered, what I saw, I cannot express fully, but her own father was holding in a very inappropriate way. And I walked in, they saw me, she saw me, she was very uncomfortable how he was holding her. And I just walked outside, and as I walked outside, I hit the scooter and it dropped. So her father came outside, picked up the scooter and went. I have no idea what to do now. So I remember now that I walk inside and she was crying. On the sofa she was crying. I have no idea what to say to her. So I sat with her, I started crying. I had no idea why I'm crying. I have no idea what is going on. I don't know what is happening. I was there for something else. This is completely different. I have not experienced anything like this in my life visually, like present. Movie is different, but as a true experience. So we cried both. No word exchanged. We cried for almost 15 minutes, then stopped, then cried, then stopped. We cried. Every time she cry, I cry. Every time I cry, she cry. I went back to the hostel. I did not see her. She kept coming. And I did not know that how can I see her, what I'm going to say her, because I am still looking at her from the same way. But all of a sudden I sit with her. There is no lust in my eyes. I don't know what happens. I cry, she cry. So she started coming every day and taking me to Sector 17, Chandigarh, in India. So we sit occasionally, we eat some chips or something, and we just sit. No talking, just sitting. Maybe we go and sit. There was a lake, I don't remember the name, sit there. No talking at all, just sitting. Never I asked her what happened. Never I questioned her why. Now I realized why she was with me. Because I was not discussing anything about her past. Not because I knew that I am not discussing. I had no idea how to react. I only could do is just sit quietly. Because that is very natural. I don't know how to react to her. It was a thing that a child cannot understand. So now I know she felt comfortable with me at that time. And then the honesty is that we had physical relationship as well. But it was very different. It was not like wanting something from her and she did not wanted anything from me. It just happened when it happened. I stopped looking at her for want. And I would just sit with her, she would sit with me, and we enjoyed just sitting together. Not discussing anything from the past, not discussing about what her father did to her, not discussing what happened, how it happened, just staying in that moment. Now I realize why we were acting that way. The last 6 years have made it clear why that was different. What was the difference? What changed in that relationship was because there was no need. I did not wanted anything from her. In the beginning, I did, but that lost its value because when I see the reality of it, that how she is feeling. She has a beautiful body, it is not her fault. She has a feature that is admirable, it is not her fault. She was born with it. From that moment, things changed. Sex for me is not sex anymore. It is meditation. I don't see sex as sinful. I don't see sex as a bad to avoid desire. I don't see sex as a bad thing. It is a natural movement. And the point I'm making is that anything that has happened to you, by discussing it, it brings the old memories to this freshness that you are living. Only meditation allows you to be in this moment. Your mind may flow back, but when you start to see your mind flowing back, you see that you're revisiting what has happened. You cannot change anything. You cannot change what happened. You cannot change anything. But what you can do is start staying in this present moment. Not flowing with your thoughts, not flowing with again and again discussion of what has happened, and that will reveal peace within you already present. Because what has happened to is an image of you at that time. You have evolved. Your body has changed. All the cells have changed. Every 10 years you have a new body. You are not only this body, there is something far more alive inside the body which you are. So your clothes might have been gotten dirty, which you call dirty, and it is not right at all as a human. Not a father should be hanged in front of the public without question asked. Not hang one time, hang after hang after hang after hang. Doesn't matter, his body is dead, he should be keep hanged. That is what he has done and committed. But I am talking about letting it go. You are far more important than just this body. There is something far more important living as you within the body, and you can be with that self while you stay here in this moment, and you will discover the peace within. You don't have to plan anything. You can just allow yourself to be here, right now, where you are. And more you stay here, more you not discuss about past, more you will feel peace, because peace is when your mind is not revisiting what has happened. And we cannot change it. There is no way we can change anything at all. And I love her dearly still. And before I left, that was the last thread that broke my connection with that land where I grew up. That's why I came to Australia, not to make money, not to do anything that I am doing now. I know, but I did not know then. I came here because I wanted to run away from that place. I had no idea that the monsters live here. I came here and I find the same thing here as well. And I will continue to speak about that too. I will not hide anything, because there is nothing here who is hiding. It is you and me, not that way. We are together in it. It might look to you that I am speaking, but no. From where you are listening, that is speaking. But this is a different language you might not understand yet. But I will continue to speak. I have been told that I have been not speaking for last 6 years. I am not speaking for last 6 years because that space that wants to speak does not have language. But it has been learning a new kind of language, so I can express what I want to say in a way that you understand. And I am ready to express. I have enough vocabulary now. I have enough English skills, a new type of language that I have been working on for last 6 years, that I can now easily express myself in a way that words possibly can express. That's why I was only minimally speaking for last 6 years. And now I will continue to speak to you till my last breath, because I have nothing else to do.